Hello everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Sakina. This is a reading for the collective. This is a reading for anyone who is interested in knowing what changes are upcoming in the world for us all. So we are going to pull some cards on these changes and see what it's all about. So we start with, sorry, I don't read reversals. We start with the King of Goblets, or the King of Cups, the Strength card, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Bones, or Seven of Wands, and the Temperance card. Okay, so in looking at these cards, the one card or the one element we do not have here is air. We have water, we have fire, we have earth, we have fire, and we have fire. So we have no air. And this is saying that we all may be feeling a little suffocated right now. A little as though breathing has become very difficult because we don't know what to expect next. Part of the reason that we are feeling suffocated also is because there's so much chaos going on right now. So much chaos going on in the world where you really don't know which way to go, which way to turn. With this King of Goblets, this is the King of Cups, and this is the card that is saying we have control over our own emotions. We can have control over our own emotions. We can be in charge of how we're feeling. And this is saying that this is where we need to be. We need to be in control of our emotions. In other words, don't overreact to things, to people, to situations. Do not overreact. Allow our intuition, which is also strong in everyone, man, woman, doesn't matter. We are strong in our intuition, and we need to use that intuition to keep us from overreacting to things we hear, things we read, things we see. And with the Strength card, this is saying we have the strength that we need for whatever we come up against. We just have to decide, and here we have the Two of Pentacles. We just have to decide that we have the strength and we have the control. Granted, we're earth beings, we're human, but we have amazing power in ourselves. We are fully capable with the Seven of Wands here of holding our ground, of creating a specific foundation for ourselves that just will never crumble, that we can grow from. This is how we deal with the changes that are going on in this world that are making us feel suffocated. Because there will come a time when there is balance again in this world. But in the meantime, again, we need to get control of our emotions and use that intuition. We need to realize how strong we are. And we have to decide as humans to be here. I mean, you don't have to be this way. That's for sure. You don't have to be. So, it's a free will thing. Decide to be the human that you wish to be. Create your foundation so that you can grow from that. And patiently wait for the balance to come. And it won't be as hard if you get your emotions under control and you work with your intuition. It won't be as difficult to wait for this balance. And it is coming. We have the Knight of Pentagrams or Pentacles, We have the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So this Knight of Pentacles, this card for me is the life quest card. It is all of our life paths. That's what this card is about. It is from birth to death, what we quest for, what we go through. And it is at times full of conflict. And at times it can be heartbreaking, or seem to be. But then, whatever these things are, we get to the end of them. And we learn from them. And we grow from them. And we heal from them. It makes this quest not boring. And then when we look back with the Six of Cups, when we look back, we can see the lessons. We can understand what they were all for. So as a collective, the universe is telling us where, how to work with the earth the way the earth is right now, or the situations the way they are right now, and explaining that this is what we came in for. If we're living right now, this is what our soul sent us here for. It's a whole transformation from the old to the new, from the Pisces to Aquarius. It is a transformation. And again, it will sometimes be very conflicting, very scary, and it will sometimes feel very heartbreaking. But another aspect to this Three of Swords card, if you read numerologically, is this is a growth of knowledge, an opening up of the mind. And there is going to come a time, again, we have balance coming. Don't give up on that. Balance is coming. And we will look back and we will understand the lessons that we had to go through to be able to truly understand why all this happened, or is happening, and why it was necessary. Let's go a little further here. We have the Page of Swords, or Page of Blades. We have the King of Bones, or King of Wands. These are very thick cards, so there we go. They're a little hard to get apart. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So with the Page of Blades, this is telling us that we are beings of mind. In other words, we have a mind. We can think, we can choose, we can do, our mind and our thoughts are so, so powerful. And we are learning, we really are learning how powerful that our minds are. We're always learning. We're also learning how creative we are, and that we have the ability to create our own reality, to transform our own reality. And we're understanding what it's like to love and care for other people, and that we're not victims to anyone. And we are coming to the realization that we are co-creators. Not only can we help the earth, we can help one another. None of us are victims. And this is huge. We are not victims to anyone or anything. Although this is what some would wish us to believe for all of our lives. Not so. We are, by nature, by soul, by connection, loving caring individuals. It is truly about unconditional love. And we have that capability. We just have to remember. That's part of the balance we have to remember. We have to remember all of this. Once we remember all of this, then the balance can take place. The unconditional love is starting to come. We're starting to remember, which is very difficult for those who, would very much prefer us to stay in victim status and to not realize our strengths and to just decide to stay in this. But amazingly, through all of these cards, there's only 3, actually even 2, that might be considered not the greatest. And that would be the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the 8 of Pentacles. However, after every conflict of the mind, something gets settled. And as we said, heartbreak is a lesson. The knowledge that you take in from that heartbreak helps you grow. And essentially, while you're in it, of course it's horrifying, it's sad, because we're human, we have emotions. But this card ends up being a good card. It is one of mental growth. And this, the victim status card, all you have to do is reach up, take off the blindfold, and move forward. We are all capable of working towards this perfection, and we need to work towards the perfection. We're not victims. Again, we create our lives, we create our reality, we think it into existence, then we start the action of it. We know the truth of it, we work at it, and we feel. That's the power of a human being. Amazing power of a human being. And with this card, as I was explaining, for some reason I was looking at this as the 8 of Swords, not the 8 of Pentacles, but there's always a reason something like that pops up in your mind. Nothing is coincidence. So it works there as well. We're not victims, but we are in this earth life mastering these things, or attempting to master these things. And we're close. We are so close. So let us see if there's one last with the bottom of the deck. We have the Magician. There's a lot of trickster energy out there. A lot of it. There are many who are trying to sidestep us knowing these things about ourselves and being able to move forward with what our souls wish us to. This is a human experience that enhances our soul. This is where we are. So there's a lot of trickster energy you have to watch out for out there. But that's those people. We're also the Magician. We have all the information that we need to fulfill all of this. We have everything we need. We have connection to unseen realms. We have the ability to control our emotions and to work with our intuition. We have the ability to learn through our life quest. We have the ability to think and bring those thoughts into reality. We have the ability to remember. We have the ability to balance this world. And we have the ability to love unconditionally. It's all right here. It's all who we are. Because if this Magician is Source or God, are we not created in that likeness? Right there it is. And I did use the Supernatural deck for this because this is talking about good and evil, basically. There's a lot going on in this world right now that, we can definitely call it good and evil. Is it a fight? Yes, it is. Pretty darn big battle. So supernatural cards just made sense. And there's nothing for, as I said, none of these cards are really bad in any way. So that tells me that this is where we're headed and that we have the power to make the changes. And it does help too that, again, cosmically, the Piscean energy cannot survive in the Aquarian energy for very long. So this here is inevitable. We just have to be patient. So everybody, that's what the cards are sharing for this reading. Until next time, take care.